All right, so for the ending of the lab portion of the class, you're going to need to make a presentation about how to do a lab technique. So there's lots, we're inside this folder, lab technique presentation. There's all sorts of information in this folder that we're gonna walk through here. So first off, importantly, for Friday, April 17th, I just need to know what you're gonna present about and how you're gonna give your presentation. I do not need to actually have you turn in a presentation. That's not due until the end of April. The last week of the semester is when the presentation will be due. So that's important to know. I'm posting this early, opening this up early, so that way you can kind of make some plans, because there's going to be a lot of flexibility about what the presentation looks like. So I want to make sure you have a plan, and then you can go through the process of actually making the presentation later in the semester. I don't need that right now. So there's this questionnaire that you will fill out, and then there's a couple different documents. This overview contains all the information, and then these are like redundant versions if you want to just look at the topics or just look at the schedule. So if I go to the lab presentation overview, so one of the things I can see is kind of just an overview description of it, that the goal here is to have you make a presentation where you make some sort of visual aid that allows you to talk about how to do a lab technique or an experiment type of thing that we've done. And so the presentation, what it looks like, is largely up to you. There's a lot of flexibility. The only rule or kind of guidance is that it can't just be you speaking. So you can't just talk, either recording yourself talk or come in person and talk. There needs to be something like a PowerPoint presentation or drawings or a poster you make or animations or doing some sort of demonstration, anything like that. You don't have to do a demonstration. You don't have to do the technique. You can just show like pictures in a PowerPoint, but you need to make some sort of visual, right? I want to see you create a presentation about it, right, where you're talking about and conveying information about how to do a chemistry how to do a chemistry technique. And so that's the goal here, right? Can you present and talk about doing chemistry is what I want to be able to see you do. And so there's a couple things you need to choose about the presentation. You need to choose which topic you're going to speak about from a list, and you need to choose the format of your presentation. So for topics, if we scroll down here, we can see these are things that we've done this semester, right? Things that we did in lab. You might have seen videos. I've done like technique comprehensions about some of them, like gravity filtration, or there are other things we did that don't necessarily have that, right? Like a steam bath. That was something we used a steam bath in reactions of copper, but you didn't much of video about it. But you still have seen, you've done it and have an idea as to what it is, right? You actually perform these. So what you want to do is you want to pick one of these topics that you're going to present about. And once you choose that, you then need to choose the format of the presentation. So you can make a video of the presentation and just turn that into me. That can be a recorded narrated PowerPoint. It can be a video of you doing something. It doesn't matter what format you want to go with as the video. Again, it just can't be you just like talking into a camera. Your face can be in the video. It cannot, whatever you want to do. So if you make a video, that's great. The other option is you can present on campus. So you can see here, this is the last week of class. So there's some times in the afternoon on Monday, April 27th, and then Wednesday, April 29th. These are the lab times. So my afternoon class and my night class, there's no lab that day. So these slots will just be set aside for anybody who wants to present on campus. We can do it at those times. So that is available for us. And so we've got all those slots there. So if you want to present on campus, just pick like 5 of these that work for you. If your lab time for your class is a time I know you're guaranteed to be available. If you'd like to do it earlier, we do have the Monday slots as well. If you keep scrolling down here, there's a rubric. I highly encourage you to take a look at this rubric. These are the questions I will be asking about your presentation when I go to grade it, right? So having that purpose information is are these questions addressed by your presentation? Are these aspects, does this apply to your presentation, right? Did you talk about cleanup, right? How to clean up? Is there necessary issues or something for your technique, specific hazards for your technique, proper chemical disposal, that kind of stuff, that kind of comprehensive. I highly encourage you to look at this rubric. It's the questions I'm going to ask for grading, so ask them yourself of the presentation that you prepare. Also, I've got some references for video preparation in here. You are going to need to, if you're making a video, email it to me. You can't submit a video via Blackboard. So there's some stuff you can either upload it to YouTube or you can share it as a file via a cloud service. And again, the list of topics, if you want to just see that, if you want to just see the presentation schedule or the rubric, that's in there. To submit your kind of choices for these, there's this presentation questionnaire. So this is just like a little, if I click on it, this is just a little assignment. It's not worth a grade. I just want you to pick what topic you're going to use and then your format. And if you're doing an on-campus presentation, we have times. So, pick a couple of times, and during the lab here on Wednesday, those are during the lab times, if that works better for you. If you do have any questions about any of this stuff, don't hesitate to reach out. Doesn't want to let me leave. Does that work? Yeah, okay. Don't hesitate to reach out. I'll talk about this on campus in class as well this week. It's next week, depending on when you're watching this. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your day. Take it easy. Bye-bye.